3, 2, 1. Okay, we're live.
Hello,
YouTube.
people!
Hello, YouTube. Yeah, so because we're missing 2 players, both Kagayaki and Pablo, we're going to do a flashback episode today, which means I'm going to be totally winging it. Which means, you know, I'm going to need your help to keep myself on track and keep you guys on track and sort of explore our your partners and you as Digidestin's pasts. So let's see where we're going to kick off here. So do you want to start with the Digimon partners or with the human partners as their backstories?
Honestly, up to you guys. I'll just vote for whichever one, I guess, needs a tiebreaker.
I don't mind either. So, Sonia, you're up. You have to decide. You have all the power in the world. How does it feel?
So much power. Well, I guess I'd like to see a bit more of the Digimon since we haven't seen a lot of them yet. Since we're the players and all, we've all the time in the world, so we'll see our own backstories at one point, I'm sure. But yeah, a little bit of the partner Digimon wouldn't hurt, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm down with that.
Cool. So who do we want to start with is the question. Who does it make sense to start with? So chronologically, I think the best person to start with is potentially, I want to say Cutemon, because
Oh, nice.
I feel like he's got he's got a developed backstory, but it's not like super developed, and I'd like to get a bit deeper into that. So we're going to flash back to the time where Cutemon hadn't met Zachary yet, before the ritual of choosing, where he was partners with Impmon, and they were con artists together. And you guys, I want to make this more interesting. I think instead of it just being like focused on one person, I want it to be like everyone who's not in the scene plays an NPC in the scene. I think that makes it more fun for everyone, and then you get like a way to sort of influence the story a bit more, and it takes a bit of the pressure off me having to roleplay a bunch of NPCs who we've either never met before or we have met before, but you know, I have like 5 different people I have to go through. So
Okay, the real question is who's playing Digimon?
That is a big question, isn't it?
Oh, is Digimon in this flashback if we decided?
I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't be.
Is this who you're conning now at the moment? Is this what we're flashback to? Is it when you're conning Wyatt?
I mean, I imagine that was Cutemon's sort of main hustle, is selling the stuff that Digimon found. So they're sort of like a trio. Right.
And is the stuff that Digimon finds like not good quality or something? Because I thought you guys were like conning people out of their bits.
It certainly isn't worth what we're selling it for.
Right, you're talking it up like salespeople kind of.
Yeah, it's still like interesting stuff, but it's nowhere near what we're selling it for. Like, hey, look, 2.5 million bits for this one-of-a-kind ancient artifact.
And it's like a piece of stone that has nothing relevant at all.
It's a rock.
It's a rock that Digimon dug up and believes to be an artifact, in his own deluded way, as a treasure hunter. Okay, cool. So I suppose we have 3 characters at least then. So we got Cutemon, who's obviously going to be played by Yuzak. Then we got Digimon and Impmon. Are there any other key characters we want to add in, like maybe Mojamon before he died?
That'd be
like Jungle Mojamon.
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
Stingmon and his family, because they're technically living in Wire Town and haven't been kidnapped at this point. There's all these kinds of characters we could explore as well if you wanted to.
I'm not certain about somebody playing Impmon. Is there like an antagonist and
Well, I mean, I can play Impmon if you'd like.
Yeah, but the
Hi,
other
I'm
roles.
Impon. I just wanted everyone to know that I actually am afraid of like everything. So if you ever need me to do if you ever need to defeat me in some way, I would like to establish now that I am actually allergic to water. Thank you.
Yeah, that's sort of the thing I'm trying to avoid there. By setting up some sort of canonical backstory for Impmon that makes him very easy to just womp.
It'd be very bad for Impmon if, for what I have planned for him, if he was allergic to water.
Oh my god, is he teamed up with a Waymon?
Potentially. I guess we'll find out. But yeah, so who wants to play Dromojamon? Who wants to play some unwitting victim that Cutemon and Impmon are trying to sell?
I want to be the victim.
You want to be the victim. Who's the victim, Taisto? It's probably a resident of Wiretown before it, got demolished.
I don't know actually. Now that you mention it, I think they might have been some kind of an adult level Digimon, just to make it a bit more interesting. But I don't know who it should be actually.
We could link it in and say it's like Kawagamon, maybe. Like he visited Wiretown and was collecting supplies because his wife's pregnant or whatever, or they're having digi eggs or something. Like his babies haven't hatched yet.
It could be, or it could be someone basically. I don't remember much about Kawagamon, so I don't really know how much.
Pokemon doesn't really have a character. Like thinking back.
He's basically just a mother at the moment in the story. We haven't really explored who he is aside from him being incredibly grateful to you guys for saving his babies.
Alright, sure. Let's go with Kawagamon then.
I mean, it doesn't have to be if you don't want to play Kawagamon.
No, we can go with Kawagamon. I'm fine with Kawagamon.
Okay, cool. So you're Kawagamon. Sonia, do you want to play Dromojamon then, I guess?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. How's your Australian shifting to American all the time accent?
Well, we'll improvise. Maybe he wasn't even Australian yet. He discovered his heritage at some point.
He wasn't Australian yet?
Yes, you see, he found an artifact that made him Australian at some point. Like, he changed his Digicore, and
I'm willing to roll with that.
Or maybe the reason his accent changes so much is because he grows a mustache every now and then, and no one knows why. Okay, cool.
He has a secret twin.
So, Dromojamon, you've dug up this pretty large rock, and into the side of it, it looks like there is the face of an ancient Digimon carved there, and your mind is running wild with all the possibilities of what it could be. And to a trained eye like yours, this is obviously an artifact. Obviously, it's something incredibly valuable that a collector would definitely pay a lot of bits for. But to more keen eyes, it's just a rock. And
I love the dynamic of Dromojamon, who genuinely believes that what he's looking at is truly special. A Cutemon and Impmon are just humoring him to get rich.
To Dromojamon, every rock is special. Every rock has a story, and it just needs to be turned over and looked at and drilled out of the side of a cave. And he's gone and done that, and he's hit the jackpot in his head. And you're currently showing this artifact to Impmon and Cutemon, and explaining its value. Do you want to try and bullshit some kind of value towards this ancient artifact he's dug up?
You see, in all of my years of digging up rocks, or digging up gemstones, I've never seen something quite like this. You see that little bit of thing that looks like a face on the side? It's a sign. It's a sign, boys. Today, we've dug up the most important thing we've ever dug up. We're gonna get rich. Well, I'm gonna get rich. You're gonna get Because probably. I don't know how this arrangement, how this splitting of the shares work yet, but
Now, if I remember right, Dromojimon thought it was 70-30 to him, but Impmon and Cutemon had other ideas and were actually cutting him 90-10 towards them and pretending they sold it for a lot less.
he's a moron. Holy shit.
Can't count.
Well, I'm gonna get rich, boys. Suckers.
Yes, you are. You're gonna get so rich, right, Impmon?
Filthy, stinking rich. So, who we selling this to, boss?
Now, I'm thinking. I have an idea, because that does look a little bit kind of like a face. So what if we sold it to, like, some history buff? Now who here really likes history?
Like, Impmon
But-
takes the artifact and squints a little and goes, kinda looks like it has pincers the way that he's drilled it. He, like, turns it upside down.
Kawagamon. We got this.
You
It's gonna
should-
be a perfect scam.
You sure he doesn't even have eyes? Can he even see the rock?
That's part of the scam.
As always, Cutemon, you're the brains of the operation, and I'm the mouth.
I should not be.
Alright, I guess we need to sell this to Kawagamon then.
It occurs to me that neither of us are large enough to lift this rock.
Yeah, we might need someone to carry this for us, But, he, like, sidebars with you and nudges you. It can't be Dromojimon, otherwise we don't get our cut. Capiche?
Man, this would be so much easier if, like, I could digivolve into, like, some sort of flying horse.
Yeah,
But that's not a...
if Unimons could fly, come on, man. We both know that's never going to happen unless we make bits off of this purchase. Come on. We need big
Yeah.
ideas here. Some kind of cart, some kind of... I mean, I suppose we could always hitch a ride with Shellmon.
Yeah, but I think
Gonna get
Shellmon's
so
started...
rich.
I think Shellmon's
Yes.
started to catch on to the scam.
I don't
Considering
know
we've
what they're
never
talking about
once
over
paid
there.
them.
Hey, we've paid them in
say
bullshit
exposure.
stories, okay? And exposure, yeah, exactly, exposure. The
I
more
say
they
don't
cart
say
our
it.
stuff around, the more business they'll get. It's their taxi service. Come on.
That's how none of this works, but it's worth a shot to see if Shellmon will take us.
Cool. So we like, it's not actually Shellmon, sorry, it's Mori Shellmon, because they're in the jungle,
Oh.
obviously. But we like pan down on this poor moss-covered Shellmon that's like, he looks kind of dirty and down on his luck, and like he obviously lives out of his shell that he does his business in. He's probably like the cheapest cart person you could ever find, especially because he will work for free for you for exposure as an unpaid
shit.
internship. He's that much of a gullible idiot. I mean, no
Hey!
wonder Wire Town got destroyed in the future.
Hey, Mori Shellmon, my dude, my friend, my trusted companion who always transports things to the top quality. We need a little bit of a favor from you.
Hey, if it isn't my two favorite customers getting me all that exposure. Hey,
Yeah.
you got a job for me? I'm really down on my luck. I need to show people that I'm a hard worker, you know?
We got this rock down in Dramodramon's den? Hole? Place? Unclear. And we need to get it to the town square, specifically so we can show it to Kawagamon. Because Kawagamon, something's telling me that they're gonna be really interested in it.
Kawagamon, huh? I hear he runs a museum nearby. He'd definitely be interested in rocks. Yeah, you come to the right person. I can definitely bring him into town. And if you put in a nice word with Kawagamon, that'd be great for me.
I 100% will. No, I won't.
What was that?
I will put in the best word for you, Mori Shellmon.
The best word possible, we promise. Now, come on, let's get that rock to the town, and we need to get that history buff to take a look at it, and hopefully not look at it too closely, if you know what I mean.
All right, Impmon, I need you to. So the plan is, I huck the rock, and you put on a distraction, so they think that there's like some sort of hubbub about this rock, and if they don't buy it now, they'll never get another chance.
Cool. So I think when you like cart this into town, Impmon's big idea is to make a grand show of the rock, and he like puts it on like a pedestal on the top of Mori Shellmon's shell, and he's like got his summon fires glowing around it to make it look mystical and awe-inspiring. And he's like we've like arrived in like the evening, so it's like quite dark, and he's like put a light above himself to make him look really eerie and spooky, and he's like yelling out like ancient voodoo nonsense that this stone has to do with some ancient tribe that lived before the Digipurge, and like that this ancient fossil is proof of existence of Digimon before Yggdrasil, and he's spewing out all these random like obviously bullshit facts that, you know, have no consequence, and like drawing in like a crowd with his magical words.
Time for the show to start.
You see like Jungle Mojamon is even interested. You see Kawagamon in the crowd. You see a couple of Kabuterimon. There's a Stingmon and a Lilamon there as well, and they're both quite intrigued. And in the back, you also see. Actually, no, you don't. You don't see him. Never mind. Ignore that. But yeah, you like as you come out of Dromodramon's cavern, you actually see Wyattar in all its glory for the first time on screen, and it's like this jungle metropolis with rope bridges attaching different buildings together, and all of the buildings are like on top of trees or just at the base of the trees, built into the massive trunks that they've got there. And there's these phone wires that attach each building as well, and they've got like really advanced communication technology there. Yeah, and we.
Boy, am I glad this city is going to live forever.
Yeah, but boy, is this city going to be prosperous for the foreseeable future. Yeah, the Impmon's like channeling all of this firepower and like causing like sparks and lightning and stuff to happen around with his magic from the wires that are cascading between the trees, and making the artifact look like it's playing up and causing disturbances in the electricity and whatnot.
So, come one, come all. This ancient JPEG artifact is proof that insectoid Digimon predate even the great Yggdrasil, the Royal Knights even. Now, this offer is very, very limited. There's only one of a kind of this ancient JPEG artifact. So...
Wow! Are you young whippersnappers trying to tell me that this stone artifact is in fact trying to prove that against all common sense and all established lore that has been verified multiple times over, insectoid Digimon are really predate Yggdrasil and the Royal Knights?
That's right. From
wow,
ancient...
that is so amazing. How would I... Oh, You said there's a limited time offer.
Yes, so if you buy it now, it'll only cost you 10,000 bits. But any later, I mean, we've got collectors coming up for this thing. So after that, the price is gonna go up to 2 million bits. This is one of a kind, Koagamon. If you don't get it now, you'll never get the chance again.
I think like Impmon brings it closer, and it's like, and if you look really closely, you can see the detail of ancient Beetlemon, and he like caresses like a corner of the stone that looks like absolutely nothing. It's just like a crack in the stone.
I see you have a well-trained eye as well.
2 million bits for 10,000 is a I don't know. I didn't really come to Wiretown to purchase a rock.
I mean, if you don't want it, I'll have to sell it to my other bidder. I mean, he was gonna buy it for 10,000 as well, and I'm cutting you a deal here. Like, we're on your side here. We know you're the history buff, man. Don't you want this amazing rock that predates Yggdrasil for your museum, for your collection, for your patron customers?
Think of the children, Koagamon. What kind of life would they be living if they can't see the true fact of insectoid Digimon predating the creation of the land and the sea?
You make a very good
Think of
bargain,
Think of the children, Koagamon.
I'm
I know that
trying
you've
to
got...
think of the children because I mean I only have 9,500 bits. I don't, and that's all the money I have. I came to Wiretown to buy supplies for the family, and I don't really know if I have if I can buy this rock for 10,000 bits because then I don't have anything to feed everyone with. But you are making a very good point about this. It is a very if it's worth 2 million bits and for 10,000, it sounds like a real bargain. I guess I'll have to skip on the supplies.
Wait, Koagamon. I can sort of cut you a financial deal of sorts. If, let's say, you can't pay for it all right now, over the next couple of Digi-years, that's what they're called, right? Digi-years?
It is now.
You could pay me 30,000. You get the rock now, and in 4 years' time, you pay 30,000 bits for it. Still a massive discount, and you can have this wonderful artifact of ancient times for children to learn the great history of our world and the great insectoid Digimon that predated us all.
I think Impmon sidebars, he was like, dude, what are you doing? 3 years? We're not gonna see that money. He'll figure out it's a freaking dud.
It doesn't matter if he figures out it's a dud, because Dromojimon knows how to make people pay their loans.
I think Impmon looks up at Dromojimon and is like, that's cool with you, right, boss? That he pays his lady, yeah?
Well, I can see why not. Koagamon doesn't seem like the type of people that wouldn't pay. Well, have you seen this rock? Who wouldn't pay for this? I mean, come on.
The offer is very tempting. Well, I guess I don't have any other choice here. I just have to hope that I don't default on the Digimortgage and
Koagamon, you live in a tree.
Well, maybe afterwards he lives in a tree because of the rock.
Because of defaulting on his Digimortgage.
All
So
right.
right now he has a whole museum that he could live at.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
Here
it would be really unfortunate if purchasing this valuable item would ruin me financially and force my family and myself to live in a tree with nary any food to share between us. It would be such a unfortunate strike of poverty that would ruin the development of my young as of yet unborn children. But I suppose that in the worst case, I can always just sell the rock myself for 2 million bits, and that should help with the financial risk. So yes, you have a deal, cute mon. You have a deal.
All right, let's shake on it. Your hand is the size of my body. Let's not shake on it.
It's a pleasure doing business with you, Kawagamon. You've made the right choice here, he says, as he like...
The right choice.
As he,
And hey,
cuts off
and
the
I mean,
rock.
and if anybody, wants to see this rock up close and personal, Kawagamon's museum is always open, right, Kawagamon? It's always open,
Yes.
right?
Yes, of course. It's open, and it will be as long as I have the financial means to keep it open.
And hey,
Which should be for for the foreseeable future, of course.
And hey, this rock's
Yeah,
definitely going to
something
bring
bad
in more
is-
customers. You'll pay it off in no time, right?
yeah, paid off in no time.
Yeah, that seems like that's going to be happening.
So, he whispers to Mori Shelmon to like cut it off to the museum before anyone questions anything further. And Impmon like meanders like proudly over to Dromojimon, like crosses his arms and leans into him, and he's like, "So, our cut." Like he's like he like knows that you're not getting paid yet, but he wants his cut now so that he can get out if anything goes wrong.
All right, Impmon. Let me see what I can do. You know we're short.
No, he was leaning against Dromojimon, sorry.
Oh, he wants Dromojimon to pay us. Like, yeah, Dromojimon. I mean, you don't have the sales skills like we do. We've got to get our cut, right? We sold that rock for 50,000 bits. So, 30%?
Well, yes, 30. So if we carry a 2, and it's a bit early for the cuts, don't you think? Wait.
Come on,
Well,
Dromojimon. How long have you known us? Have we ever double-crossed you? We're good, hard workers. We need to pay to live. Do you understand?
You're right. And it was a big sale after all, so let me just go under in my tunnels quickly enough, and whoop, he's going to drill his way down, and then come back with a pouch full of money, and it's like, oh, it's from my own reserve, but I mean, I'm sure we'll get more soon enough. So
We'll make it back threefold, I promise.
yes. Well, you tell me if it's too little. I am not quite sure of my maths yet. I'm not very good with this, but I trust you.
Yeah, so
As you should, Dromojimon.
30% of 30,000 is definitely 20,000, right? Right, Cutemon? If I've got my maths right.
Yes, that is correct. I know it in my earphones.
Well, you're the geniuses. Oh boy, I'm going to get so rich. I knew this was going to be a lucky day today.
Cool. So you like
Alright.
transfer 20,000 bits to Impmon and Cutemon, so you get 10k each. So you split it 3 ways instead of it being actually 30%.
Remember, I told him that it was 50,000, so we got 20,000. So me and Mom both got 10,000, while he's going to get 40,000 supposedly.
Yeah, exactly. So we get that money, we get out as soon as we can, rubbing our hands together about all the things we're gonna spend this bits on. tell me, in the past, what was it that Impmon and Cutemon were working towards? Was it like they were saving up for something big, or is it more like they're doing it for the thrill of like getting money and conning people out of their livelihoods and stuff? Like, what's the reason that Impmon and Cutemon are doing this? Or if Impmon is the one that's like just doing it for malice, what's Cutemon's like?
Yeah, I feel that they would have a different purpose, probably. Though I don't like. They seem to have a clash in ideologies later on, so probably Himpman would be doing it for the thrills, but I don't know about Cutemon.
With this 10,000 bits, I'm one step closer to finally getting out of poverty and being able to live a comfortable life. Right, Impmon?
Yeah, a comfortable life, he says in his very usual sarcastic tone that you take to just be endearing.
Impmon, you rascal.
This circle of being calmed by other people, that's likely... it never ends. Like, maybe Impman also has a mentor that, like, yes,
Now,
comfortable life, yeah.
with these 20,000 bits we just got, what say we go to what did I call it in the end? Kula Coast, and buy us a big ass lobster to eat. What'd you say?
I don't know. I'm pretty stuffed from eating all the fruit around here. I mean, I'm vegetarian, as you know.
Yeah,
Vegetarian?
but
No, that seems
lobsters are
barbaric.
fish, right? You can totally eat them. They're not animals.
I don't know enough to dispute that. So sure.
Well, you guys head off towards Kula Coast, and then we're gonna cut now to the Dark Zone.
Deepest lore.
Pardon, sorry?
Deepest.
The
Deepest lore.
Deepest of lore. We see the Vortex Warriors. They are readying themselves for a grand battle. We see in the distance a giant centaur-ass looking demon with these big monstrous jaws on its joints. Standing in the distance, it's heading towards civilization and out of the Dark Zone, leading what looks to be like an army of like dark nightmons and various other evil Digimon like Boogiemon and Devimons and all these kinds of Digimon. It's leading an army towards civilization, and the last line of defense are the Vortex Warriors. We have medieval Gallantmon. We have medical Gallantmon. We have ancient Irismon. We have Gaiomon. Actually, no, we don't have Gaiomon at this point. Gaiomon's missing. We have Chronomon, Holy Modes. And
Who would have
bird?
guessed?
who was the last person that I said? I mentioned all the statues, and I've lost my notebook because I've rearranged my entire room.
That was the Gaiomon, right?
There's Gaiomon, Medieval Dukemon, Ancient Irismon, Kronosmon, and one other. Oh, it was Valkyriemon.
Right, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so you guys are readying yourselves for battle against Mephis. Is it Mephismon? I think it's called Mephismon. Let me double check. It's called Mephismon. No, it's not Mephistomon. It's the ultimate form. What's the one after him? Gulfmon. Yeah, you're readying for a battle against Gulfmon, and his legions of armies. Sonia, you're gonna play Gulfmon in this.
I wonder why.
Sure. I can't see why not.
Logan and I are we gonna be the Vortex Warriors?
Yeah, you two are going to be the Vortex Warriors.
Hey guys, Ghostmon here. Oh, I'm so glad to be here. All of my friends.
That's the most ridiculous voice. I love it.
Logan, which one do you want to be?
I'll go for... So there's Valkyriemon, Chronomon, Ancient Irismon, and Medical Gallantmon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Chronomon. And I guess
Of
we should
course.
both pick 2, right?
Do
Or-
we, I don't know, Anthony?
Do we both pick 2, or
I
are you
mean,
gonna pick the 2 that we don't pick?
You can both play 2 if you'd like to. Who are you going to pick, Taisto, for your first?
I think I'll pick Medieval Duke because we haven't seen them before, so there's the least baggage associated with playing them.
Cool. And who's your second pick, Zach?
I'm gonna go Valkyriemon.
So that leaves Ancient Irismon for me, I think.
Cool. So you guys are readying yourselves to go into battle. You're the last line of defense before they enter the digital world, and Golfmon engulfs the world in his evil virus ways. What's your first play as these veteran heroes who've had their fair share of combat before and know what they're doing? You're all mega level Digimon. Like, what's your first play to try and stop Golfmon? Because as we know from the history books, Golfmon ends up being sealed away rather than destroyed.
Right, let's see. I need to really quickly just see what all these Digimon do, just to remind myself.
So I think Medieval Gallantmon has it's like a halberd sword that.
Yeah, I think so. I just brought it up. So it has a mightiest magical lance, Dynas, which conceals the power of the Wyvern, and just the last one, which is Valkyriemon. All right. So you said that there is an army of Night Missile, which are Digimon behind Golfmon.
Yes.
Right.
And it's Golfmon, not Belfmon.
Golfmon, not which one?
You said Belfmon, but it's Golfmon.
I said Golf. I tried to say Golfmon at least.
Oh, sorry. I heard Belf. It might be because of the music
It might be
overlapping with
that
your
I'm-
voice.
It might be that I'm just I'm mumbling my words. But yeah, let's see. Medieval Dukemon was, if I remember correctly, the leader. All right, they're going to turn towards the other legendary warriors, the Vortex Warriors, and say, "My friends, we are here to gather now to stop this onslaught of evil that is about to destroy the whole world. We are the last line of defense, but I know, in my heart, I know that we will prevail victorious today. For I, Medieval Dukemon, I will lead you to this absolute victory over the forces of evil, and we will save today the digital world."
So it's Mega Taisto. Got it.
I'm just trying to ad-lib this shit here. It's difficult. Please. Please.
No. Wasn't criticizing.
I mean, I'm just appreciating that you guys are helping me carry this improvisation. Yeah, so I think Golfmon, out of the corner of your eye, you see these tiny pipsqueaks of mega level Digimon that dare enter your presence, and they plan to destroy you and your friends' conquest of the world to expand the dark area and make everyone live in your world. You know, you want to rule over them and have them be happy subjects, right? That's all you ever wanted to do, right?
Yes. How pitiful. Fools try to prevent me from creating a happy world.
Note
I
to self,
bet you're
Golfmon is
chicken.
Digimon.
And yes, I will be making bird puns as Chronomon, unfortunately.
Unfortunately,
How about I, so just to like give you a description of the types of people that the Vortex Warriors were. So, medieval Gallantmon's
Long as-
obviously a noble leader. Chronomon is a very wise, sort of stoic character that likes to make bird puns, apparently.
Yes, okay. I'm glad that
very
we kept that
important.
characterization.
Valkyriemon is the sort of like healer of the group. They sort of take up the back lines and support everyone. They're also a teacher to lower level Digimon who want to be heroes in the future. They're very knowledgeable and intelligent. And Ancient Irismon is, I want to say she's probably the most emotional of the group. She sort of acts on impulse more often than not, and gets angry over little things, especially when her teammates get hurt. So she's quite headstrong. That's my notes that I've written down for them. Obviously, if you want to ad lib and change little bits, you totally can, because this is like just backstory stuff. So we haven't actually been introduced to these characters yet. So feel free to change their personalities if you'd like to.
Right. First, we must stop this army from progressing, and then we need to cut off the head of the snake, or in this case, the head of the sheep-like super beast of nightmares, and then we will be able to defeat it and save the digital world. It is our destiny and our duty as the Vortex Warriors.
My bird's eye view. I don't know if we'll be able to stop him, Medical Gallantmon.
Don't say medical, Gallantmon.
Please don't call it medical. That's the one thing I hate.
It hurts my ears. It hurts my ears.
We won't be able to kill him, Medieval Dukemon.
Much better, thank you.
He's much too powerful here in the dark area. The only thing we can possibly do is close the gate, I reckon.
Maybe right, but even if you are, then and we are not able to defeat and destroy this evil, we will drive it back and seal it away as long as my name is Medieval Dukemon.
got it,
Not
everybody.
There's like a scribe next to you that's like engraving this amazing battle, and he misspells your name, and it says Medical Dukemon.
No! Anyway, heroes of legend, Vortex Warriors, to battle!
Cool, and you guys like shoot up and fly into battle. I think like Golfmon, you see these flies come towards you. They're obviously just pests getting in your way, right? What do you do?
Well, I won't even move a finger and just motions to my army to take care of it, because they're not even worth my time.
Cool. Name some of the characters in your evil army. I've named a couple like Dark Knightmon and Devimons and stuff, but are there any like high-level commanders in your ranks?
Ooh, what would be cool? I'm drawing a blank on all the Digimon. The big demon dude, Felismon, I think. Looks pretty cool.
Felismon.
I
spell
think.
that?
Phel.
Yeah.
A Felismon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely he can be that.
Mhm.
I actually have plans for him in the future, so that's perfect.
Well, what's up?
Okay. Question: can I voice Fellismon?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Hello! Hello, it is me, Fellismon. I love their bird pun too. For no reason.
Note to self, Fellismon is Cookie Monster.
Well, unfortunately, that's canon now, so that's the voice I have to do.
Oh no.
No, please, no, don't. Please make it serious.
Oh. Can I be serious in a Cookie Monster voice?
I don't really want him to have a Cookie Monster voice. Another character could potentially have a Cookie Monster voice. I'd be happy with that,
Okay.
but because I've got plans for Fellismon in the future, I don't want him to seem like an imbecile when I voice him.
Well then, my armies, or are they my armies? I guess I'm a commander, so partially my armies. Attack the Vortex Warriors and seal them here in the dark area, never to return to their precious digital world.
I appreciate that you gave him a somewhat British accent.
I did not. I gave him a pretty generic evil voice.
Yeah, British accent.
Oh, okay. As long as we're clear on that.
Every major villain is British. How do you not know this? Yeah, so, like, Fellismon lifts his... what are those things called? The 3 prongs on the end? Is it a trident?
Trident.
Yeah.
Trident.
He lifts his trident and, like, a flock of, like, Devi-Dramon, about a good 100 of them, fly towards the Vortex Warriors. And you guys are mega level Digimon, right? So you can probably just tear through these like it's paper. But because there's so many of them, it's hard to keep up, and it's a couple of them are going to get some hits in. Can one of you give me a dice roll? Just a flat 2d6, because we don't have any stats, because we don't have any tamers here. Just to see what happens. And whether it's like you cut through them like paper and you get through to like the actual threat, or if you're like stuck battling these guys. An 8. Okay, there's a partial success. So I think a couple of you will get through, and a couple of you will stay behind to fight their army swarms. I think potentially that'd be Valkyriemon, because they always take up the rear line, and
Ancient Irismon.
Ancient Irismon, probably, yeah. So they stay behind. So like what we see is we like see Medieval Gallantmon lead the charge, and he uses his halberd and just slices through about 50 of them on his way, like charging towards Gulfmon. And behind him, we have Kronosmon. What's Kronosmon's attack? I need to actually look into this.
Holy Flame and Kronos Crop.
Okay, so we see like Kronosmon burning them at like with holy energy. That's like their biggest weakness, and like creating a bigger path for Medieval Gallantmon to get through. And then we see like the path that he's opened up sort of close in, and Valkyriemon and Ancient Irismon get trapped behind, and they're all like clawing and slashing at the champion level, and a few ultimates sprinkled in Digimon, and getting slightly overwhelmed, but sort of holding their ground. Meanwhile, Medieval Gallantmon and Kronosmon get through to Gulfmon. Sorry, I made the mistake now. Fellismon, your army didn't stop the Vortex Warriors. Like, you failed in your one job that Gulfmon set you. Like, how are you going to set this right before Gulfmon like thinks you're a failure and strips you of your rank?
I'll deal with this myself. And he charges in with his trident at Medieval Dukemon.
Medieval Dukemon sees Fellismon, charging at him with his trident, and just as Fellismon is about to strike, Medieval Dukemon just vanishes, and seconds later he appears behind the probably now confused Fellismon, saying, "Foolish knave! I am Medieval Dukemon, an ultimate level Digimon. You are nothing but a perfect level. How dare you even try to stand up against the power of the Vortex Warriors.
It feels like there's a lot of, like supremacy going on in the digital world. I'm not sure if we actually want to go there anymore.
Fair enough.
To the ground.
Yet that does not change. That does not change the facts, which is that you are no match for the power of me. And then, Medieval Digimon swings with his hands and creates this like a blade of like scorching hot wind that just flies across the air and attempts to strike Phalasmon back, or slice him in two. I don't know. It's sharp. It's air. It's magic. I don't know. Gonna explain shit.
Cool. Give me a 3d6 roll and see what happens to Phalasmon in this kerfuffle.
Do I roll or
17.
does...
Taisto rolls, because he's the mega level.
Medieval Digimon roll 17.
17, wow.
Yeah, 6, 6, and 5.
Oh, we take the two highest. So it's a 12, which is a crit.
Yeah, 12.
Yeah, so literally, like, he comes at you with the trident. Medieval Galantmon disappears, reappears behind him, has this big speech, slashes the air, makes this crimson heat wave, and it just literally cuts Phalasmon in two. And he falls to the ground in absolute agony. Gulfmon, one of your closest friends has just been cut in two. How does that make you feel?
I knew it. This is why I need to bring happiness to all by myself. Look at these barbarians, cleaving down the honest Digimon in two. I'll make them.
I'm still technically alive. I don't really need my legs to live, but I am in an incredible amount of pain. I would appreciate, like, a heal or something.
Fall back at once.
I
You
don't
will
have
achieve-
legs, boss.
You can fly.
Yeah, but it hurts.
You lack
Oh my fucking god.
you
Good fellas, man.
lack legs to leg it. Haha! Do not worry, for it is the power of the Vortex Warriors that will defeat you. But there is no need for excessive pain. And Medieval Digimon just spins Dynas around above his head, and a small whirlwind of wind just jets the remains of Phalasmon's upper half away.
This seems like dramatic overkill.
I think
There is no such thing as dramatic overkill when I am in the scene. Haha!
I think as you blow him away, he like uses like the last strength of his last bit of his energy, and like grabs Gulfmon's tail and pours all of his bits into Gulfmon, and he de-digivolves all the way back down into a petite maman as he like flies away.
Oh, you bitch!
Well, I'm gonna go be mean to people. Bye.
I'm gonna go make friends with a
I'm
Gazimon.
sure we will never see that petty maman again in the future. Haha! Medieval Digimon. Mohaha.
Flee, be safe. Well then.
Now, Chronomon, assist me as we take on this vile evil that is plaguing the digital world. We must stop it. The good of all.
We certainly are birds of a feather.
How am I ever gonna pull that voice off?
Just sort of like do a really high Cookie Monster voice.
Yeah, but how am I gonna make that sound wise?
You don't. Correct answer is you don't.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think because he's so big and powerful, and you probably couldn't take him on even as a team. The plan is that you're going to seal him away in the dark area, and he's never going to be able to escape again. And I think to do that, you need Valkyriemon's ability to drain life force. And you see in the background, like, Valkyriemon slicing through all these evil minions and, like, draining their life energy out of them and reverting them, like, down levels all the way to, like, in training form as it does so. And, like, Ancient Irismon is, like, grabbing them with her, like, talon feet and, like, flinging them at Valkyriemon so that he can, like, get as many bits as possible to start making the seals. You guys have just got to distract Gulfmon long enough to set the seals up.
Iris, this is less than ideal. I really wish that Medi and Chrono hadn't left us behind, but you know, it's how it is.
Take heart, my ally. We will defeat these armies of darkness, and we must understand that it is their job to distract them. We need time so that we can defeat Gulfmon. Something, yes.
I wish I didn't suck so bad in the card game.
Well, at least you're in the card game.
You're in the card game.
Not.
My cousin is in the
Species
town.
haven't out now. It is. True, but I wasn't until, moments ago. Anyway, let's tear down these suckers and then join our comrades.
Alright. Lightning arrow! And, so we're basically just messing things up back here.
Yeah, you're, like, absolutely, like, decimating the army. And basically, like, Gulfmon's left open. Like, anytime anyone approaches, like, Gallantmon or Kronosmon, they, like, jump in front and, like, kick them towards Valkyriemon. So you guys have, like, a clear shot at Gulfmon and distracting him so that they can set up the runes and the preparations necessary to seal it.
I will begin.
What Gulfmon is trying to do to, prevent us from doing what we're trying to achieve.
Yeah, what's Gulfmon doing?
Yeah. Gulfmon notices all of these monsters cutting his friends left and right, and they're putting up more of a fight than he thought. So he was like, "Very well. Useless struggle as it may be, I cannot allow you to proceed any further. Suffer in death slowly." And he's suddenly going to a voice from nowhere is going to is going to appear in the minds of people, I guess. All of the Vortex Warriors is going to unleash his Black Requiem, and some unholy voices are going to fill the heads of the Vortex Warriors, signaling the soon their demise. That's going to happen very soon. So
you're trapping them in a nightmare, or something you're doing, sorry.
Basically, it's a requiem that makes him not live for very long. It's like it's a voice that comes in your mind, signaling that you will die soon, and so I'm trying to make them suffer slowly until they pass.
Okay, so you're getting these visions of being like destroyed repeatedly in your mind, all of the Vortex Warriors. How do you combat against this? Do you have like
I have a lore to do for Chronomon.
Sure.
Gulfmon, you underestimate my power. I shuttled out all of my dark energy into another being long ago. You're powerless against me.
I don't know who you are.
That's fair. Basically, I'm saying that he pulled a king like a kami, and now there's a Chronomon destroy mode with all of Chronomon's darkness in him.
Cool. I will note that down somewhere. One sec.
So Chronomon Holy Mode has no darkness in his heart, so Gulfmon's attack does not affect him. If that's an alright thing for me to
That's fine.
allow to happen.
That's fine. But everyone else is still affected. What do you do as a holy being to help purify the rest of the Vortex Warriors who you see are suffering? Like Valkyriemon, who was laying into like this group of champion or ultimate level Digimon, he's like racked with grief in his mind, and he's yelling in agony, and you see this purple miasma stuff leak from his visor. You see the same thing happening to Ancient Irismon, and they start to like fall out of the sky, and all of the armies are like basically ramming into them and like taking advantage of this moment of weakness. And like medieval Gallantmon also is like down on one knee, like struggling against the pain, but he's got this strong will about him that's sort of like he's sort of fighting through it. Like he can still make sense of the situation, but he can't act at the moment, if that makes sense.
Okay. So, would Chronomon try to help them, or would he try to carry through with the plan?
I think
I'll leave that up to you.
the plan requires all 4 of them. So
Oh, that'll do it, yeah. I apologize, but I am about to turn up the heat. Holy flare! And he releases a giant, like ring of holy fire that pushes away all of the dark Digimon and the darkness away from the Vortex Warriors, but it leaves him drained. It's like, oh, I'm a bird.
Wow, his puns have gotten worse.
They are. I don't have a list of bird puns in front of me. I'm sorry.
Cool, so you push out the darkness from your teammates, and they recover from the attack. Gulfmon, this incredibly bright fire, like, ignites in front of you, coming from what seemingly looks like a small chicken, and it's so holy and bright that it blinds you, and it's a blight on your world to see such light here. Like, all you know is that whenever you see that light, destruction follows.
I see. So you're my enemy. You're the most dangerous one of them all. Minions, concentrate the attack on the chicken boy. And I'll take care of the rest.
Cool, so we see like
Not
Chronosmon.
so fast. As medieval Dukemon rises from his knee, he turns back to look ancient Irismon in his eyes, and ancient Irismon, of course, this a practiced move, but you know, Gotham maybe hasn't seen it before. Ancient Irismon spins rapier, and a beam of rainbow light basically shoots out of her at light speed and hits ancient medieval Dukemon, and then curves up into the sky towards Golfmon, and medieval Dukemon uses this rainbow bridge to zap and zoom into straight at Golfmon and tries to hit him with Dynas, distracted, because that's the entire point of this whole thing, to distract it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Give me 2d6 roll and we'll see how distracted Golfmon becomes.
Sure. Just watch me fail.
Pretty distracted, I'd say. A little
Yeah,
bit.
pretty distracted. That's an 8. You like ride this rainbow bridge up to Gulfmon's face and just slam your Dynas into the side of his head, and we like Gulfmon, you weren't expecting this level of power to come from something so small. It's like if a mosquito had just like ridden up to your nose and then slapped you with the power of a human hand. Like, it's a pretty hard punch, and it like almost knocks you off your feet. If you didn't have 4 legs, you'd probably be on the floor. Like Medieval Gallantmon's got your attention. Like you know that Chronomon is the like biggest threat to you here because of the holy energy that it possesses. But like this Gallantmon's obviously its bodyguard, and you need to take care of it first.
Well, very well then. If that's how you want to play. He's going to try and use one of his big hands to grab a medieval Dukemon and crush it.
So you're gonna grab what and crush it? Sorry.
Yeah.
So crush what? Sorry, I missed.
Crush medieval Dukemon.
Oh, you're just gonna grab medieval Dukemon in your hand and squeeze. Sure. Yeah. You like reach out and try to grab medieval Dukemon. Give me a 2d6 roll and we'll see if you grab him.
Let's see. 11.
Yeah, you grab him in your hand and squeeze tight, and we hear this like creaking of his metal armor as you like crush and crush and crush and crush. And like we see a pillar of light in the background shoot up as Valkyriemon finishes the first seal. And like gives Chronomon a thumbs up, and then Ancient Irismon like comes down from the sky and like lands on your head, Gulfmon. What do you guys do to sort of try and free medieval Dukemon?
I think Valkyriemon is going to try to throw lightning arrows at Gulfmon's fingers, like.
And while that's happening, I think Ancient Irismon is going to try and use Rainbow Symphony to attack Gulfmon's head or face while it's trying to, squeeze medieval Dukemon. So, like 7 lasers of rainbow light just shoot from the tips of its wings and rapier at, directly point blank at Gulfmon's face.
Yeah, that hits him like a flashbang. And he like staggers backwards, blinded. Chronomon has an opportunity to like pretty much distract it for the full amount of time to set up the rest of the seals. Just give me a 2d6 roll and describe what happens, Chronomon.
Okay. Chronomon, you said?
Yes. So. Oof.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
Chicken boy,
the
man.
flashbang goes off and he releases his grip on Medieval Gallantmon, who's pretty banged up. And then what do you try and do, Chronomon, and how does it go wrong?
I think he tries to set up another part of the Holy Seal. But as he starts doing it, Gulfmon like sees him and just swats him.
I could see that, yeah.
Cool, yeah, so you're trying to set up another seal with Valkyriemon and just gets bitch slapped halfway across the dark zone by this giant hand that swats you. And you like, I think Irismon would probably lose her cool here, seeing Kronosmon be slapped halfway across the dark zone. And she like...
No! Kronosmon!
Go ahead.
And then what?
She's gonna lose her
No,
cool.
you were my favorite one.
She's like got harpy claws, right? She could probably try and dig in and
Right.
attack Gulfmon.
Right. No! Kronosmon! You will pay for this, Gulfmon! I swear it! Storm Gazer! And Ancient Irismon like lifts his hands up, and a massive storm starts brewing above them. Gulfmon. It's a huge storm, but also Gulfmon is also pretty huge. so it basically just covers the entire thing, and lightning starts striking down, and hurricane winds start flying around, trying to batter Golfmon into submission. What it did to Kronosmon.
Cool. So I think that happening point blank on Golfmon's head is like all these clouds are forming around his face, and he's like blind to what's happening below. This gives Medieval Gallantmon a shot to help Valkyriemon finish the seals off. How do you go about doing that?
Seeing as Golfmon is distracted right now, I think Medieval Dukemon is going to turn around and vanish into thin air again, and it's going to a bit later appear next to Valkyriemon to basically do the rest of the magic doodad that was missing, using advanced wind and fire sorcery to, just do it. It's gonna work. Just do it.
Cool. So you set in place the final seal, and this giant digicode gate opens on the ground and glows a bright green, and Golfmon sinks into it, and I'm assuming he gives out the classic villainous
Kronosmon, struggling on the ground. He's like, I place the final seal. If entity.golfmon exists, seal entity.
And then
So it puts chains up on him
second
and
steel
pulls him the rest of the way
appears in
down.
gold above and just slams down on top of Golfmon and imprisons him with that final seal.
I'd say before Golfmon goes, he probably try and one final attack, assuming his army is out of way first.
Yeah.
And he would launch a dead scream, which kills instantly everyone who hears them. I would assume it wouldn't work quite exactly, but it would at least hurt a lot, like a bitch.
Yeah, I think you give off that scream, and it significantly weakens the Vortex Warriors to the point where they will perish within the next few years, and they don't have long left to live. You basically just given them a timer that they're going to die soon.
Basically,
yeah. And then you get slam sealed shut in the prison. I think we're gonna now skip forward. Actually, wait. Before we do that, I think when you give off that scream, a shard of purple lightning shoots out from the seal that's about to close, and shoots off somewhere into the digital world. And we see a Koagamon's museum in the digital world, and this glorified stone that does absolutely nothing sat on a pedestal in the center that's living proof that Insectoid Digimon predates the Yggdrasil and the Royal Knights. And the lightning strikes it, and it glows an ominous purple before setting back to being a normal stone.
Haha, deepest lore.
Okay, so
Evil
set
Gods Monsoon.
the dead scream set everybody on a timer.
Yeah.
But Chronomon's already extremely harmed. I want to say that he dies here and now.
But he was so far away, he got only a little bit of the screen.
Oh, but I have a cool moment.
But we need him as a statue. Remember?
You can be a statue and dead at the same time.
No, because the statues need the life force of the thing. So if he's dead, there can be no life force.
And besides, half of his life force is still around in Chronomon Destroy mode.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, but
Destroy
it
mode
totally
isn't...
counts.
Chronomon Destroy mode can be a cool villain for later. I don't want to kill Chronomon too early. So I think we flash forward now to Witchenly.
Oh.
And I think in his dying days, medieval Dukemon's returned home to Witchenley, as that's his original birthplace, and he's returned to the academy, and he's seeking help from everyone he knows to sort of save his life and save the life of his friends, and no one can find anything. There's several Wizardmon and Sorcerymon and Flay Wizardmon and Kaza Wizardmon all helping to try and...
Several what? What
Kazi
Wizardmon?
I made them up. I made up a Wind Wizardmon. Deal with it.
What about Witchmon? Witchmon's right there.
Which one's not a Wind Digimon? She's the same as Wizardmon, isn't she? Fire and Earth making lightning.
The point stands that you didn't include her.
Well, she's there too, and various Ice Witchmons and Kazi Witchmons and Flame Witchmons are there too, who all specialize in various types of magic.
Plenty of new lore being made up right now.
And he's like, they're all working furiously to try and find a way to save the Vortex Warriors, but predominantly medieval Dukemon's life. And we see Wizardmon, the not just any Wizardmon, the Wizardmon from the future that we all know, slap down a book in front of medieval Gallantmon. He says, "I found it! I found a way to save your life!" He like flips open the book and like it lands on a page that shows a sort of ancient rites ritual. He says here that once a millennia, the darkness returns to the digital world, and that in doing so, a ritual is done, and the Digidestined are chosen. Perhaps the light of a Digidestined can save your life.
I see. So we should seek the aid of these Digidestined once they arrive in the digital world. But is that not a long time from now, Wizardmon?
Potentially. But it's the only hope we have. There's no other way to save you or your friends' lives. And even if we could only save one.
Then I suppose there is no help but saving just one of our comrades. Well, it shall not be me then, for it must be someone else. I am the one who led us to battle and to ruin, so it is only appropriate that I pay the price of this far folly. We must assemble the rest of the Vortex Warriors and then draw lots on which one of them is going to be rescued by the power of these Digidestined.
Draw a lot to know who's going to survive.
I think we see in the background a shadowy figure overhearing this conversation. Its eyes glowing a bright red. And we see it clench its fist tight. And it says beneath its breath, "I know what I must do now." And it walks off into the shadows. And then we fast forward to Impmon and Cutemon again. And I think it's the moment where Impmon betrays Cutemon. Now, we established in lore that Impmon took all the bits that they'd made together as con artists and ran away with them and used it for who knows what. leaving Cutemon in absolute poverty. What did that look like, Zachary?
I think they were just waiting for Dromodramon to dig up another item to con to someone. Cutemon's just like, alright, man, I'm gonna take a little bit of a nap. We've been going kind of non-stop past couple of days, so I'm gonna get some sleep. Let me know if Dromodramon comes up with anything.
He like gives you a nod and is like, "Will do, partner."
Yep, we are partners. That is a true fact about the both of us, that we are in fact partners and that we would never betray each other, right?
Right. Never betray each other. You go get some shut-eye now, friend.
Yep. And so Cubon just like wraps themselves up in leaves and like a sleeping bag and falls immediately asleep.
I think we like hear Impmon under his breath just go, "Hehe, sucker." He's gotten too greedy for his own good, and he obviously just wants as much bits as he can. He doesn't care who he hurts to get it. He doesn't need the brains of the operation. He's got the silver tongue. He's the one that entices people in. He doesn't need a plan to like get the money he needs. So he cuts off his loose end, and he decides to he literally walks over to you while you're sleeping. He rests a hand on you and just absorbs all of the bits that you've earned. And he like holds this orb of bits in his hands, and his eyes are like have this greedy glow about them, and he like chuckles giddily under his breath as he like yells, "Smell you later, Dromodramon, I quit!" And he like slams the door behind him, and we just hear him like cackling as he like walks off into the distance and pockets the bits for himself. And we see later Cutemon, he wakes up, and Dromodramon's like sat next to him drinking a hot cocoa, and he's like, "Shame about Impmon. I always thought that he'd stay around forever, but I guess he has more important things to do, huh? At least I still got you, Cutemon, huh?" And he like slaps you on the back playfully.
What happened with Impmon? I don't think I understand.
I swear he would have told you. He said that he said that he quit. I thought he discussed this with you. You guys seem pretty close. I'm sure he's.
I was asleep. I didn't hear him say that he quit. Wait, where are my bits?
You like pat yourself as if you have pockets, and you
Just
can't
like-
feel your bits.
I'm penniless. I'm flat broke. Impmon took everything. I know we were con artists, but we
You
were
were con artists? What?
Oh, right, yeah, we were con artists. But we were artists, not thugs.
And you're saying this in front of Dromodramon, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I think, like, to kick a horse while it's down, Dromodramon goes, "Con artists! Con artists in my house? No way!" And he, like, picks you up and he goes, Screw it. I'm glad that he quit. You're fired. I wish you still have bits on you so I could get my refund or whatever you've stolen from me and my clients. You're giving me a bad name. Now get out!" And he, like, throws you out of his cave and into, like, it's like raining in the digital world right now. You land in a muddy puddle some feet away from the cave entrance, and like this tree like dribbles dew all over you, and
Fine.
like you see like out of the mud Maury Shelmon's face just pops up and he's like, "Hey, you can bunk with me if you like. Plenty of room
Nope.
down here."
No part of me wants that. Well, fine. I don't need any of them. I'm gonna do the greatest con of all time. You know those ancient legends, Maury Shelmon? Ones about the Digi-Destined?
Yeah, I heard about them.
I'm gonna scam the Digidestined.
How you gonna do that? They aren't even in the digital world yet, are they?
Well, maybe. Well, fate works in mysterious ways. I'm sure they'll be here soon.
Cool. And then we cut to the Vortex Warriors again, and we see a scene where they're battling against a silhouetted Digimon who we aren't allowed to see yet, and this time there are no villainous Digimon around that you can drain the bits from to set up seals, and we see desperately ancient Irismon fighting off against this sorcerer who encases her in ice. This is like a year later, and you guys are a lot weaker at this point. And she drops to the ground, presumably about to die from the ice she's in. And Valkyriemon, as a last-ditch effort, touches the ice and says, "Hold him off. I have a one last plan to try, but it's going to be costly." And like all the Vortex Warriors like nod at each other and like enter battle against the ice sorcerer, like slamming their swords against his, and him like encasing bits of ice near them that almost like trap them. And we see Valkyriemon convert ancient Irismon into a stone statue, using the ice as like a catalyst to do so. And Kronosmon paints a seal on it, and we see like this seal slam down on top of the silhouette, and it's like weighing down on him like gravity, and he's holding it up, and he's like staggering forward, like barely able to lift his legs, and he's like, "But I did this for you! Why can't you see that? Medieval Digimon!" And he like fires more ice towards you, and like Medieval Digimon dodges out of the way.
You are an abomination. You should never have been able to do what you did.
Whatever that is.
I will see to it that you will never harm anyone again.
But don't you see? If there isn't a darkness, there won't be Digidestined for you to use. He like throws a dagger of ice out and like pierces through the chest of Kronosmon.
No!
And he like as his last as like some feathers shoot out of his mouth.
Medieval Digimon, I am your father.
Do you not understand? It is not our lives that are so important. It is... You must see that this darkness is an abomination. There is no salvation here. It is not worth it just for this.
And we see you. We see Valkyriemon say, "I don't have enough energy. I need more." He like gives you like a desperate look, and he's like, "We need to use our life forces to seal away this evil sorcerer. Otherwise, the entire digital world's going to be destroyed." I know this is the end for us.
I know what I must do. Medieval Digimon plants the Dynas into the ground, and then says, "Rage of Wyvern," and let's see, fires an energy in the shape of a dragon from the crystal end of Dynas, which is actually the wrong one. Oh, whatever. From the crystal end of Dynas, blasting the ice sorcerer away to give the remaining Vortex Warriors just enough time to finish this off. Valkyriemon, Take my energy. Do it. Take my life energy to seal away this abomination
We
so that
see
he can't hurt anyone.
we see Valkyriemon reach out without hesitation and grab you on the shoulder, tears streaming down his face, and he's like, "I don't want to do this. Please, there has to be some other way." He like starts draining your bits and putting it into Kronosmon's body, which starts to encase into stone.
As medieval Dukemon's form starts to diminish to whatever, I don't know, we see that from behind the visor of his armor, tears start to stream out as well. There is no other way, and you know it. It is our duty as the Vortex Warriors that we must fight against all this evil and defeat it. And if doing so will cost us our lives, then so be it. It is our duty to the digital world to make sure that he survives to fight another day. Don't worry, Valkyriemon. For one day, the Digidestined will be here, and they will then fight in our stead, continuing our legacy. Save the digital world.
And then we see you de-digivolve into a silhouetted figure with a massive sword. And then Valkyriemon reaches over and says, "Gaiomon, I need your help." And like Gaiomon joins you and clasps hands with Valkyriemon and you and says, "It's been an honor serving with you." And then he slowly starts to encase in stone, and you plant your sword deep into a stone and cast an incantation upon it and say that when a courageous and bold leader next comes along, they may draw my sword and wield my power once more. And you de-digivolve down into a flame wizardmon. As Gaiomon is fully encased in stone, and the ice sorcerer is fully sealed away and pushed out of the digital world into a phantom zone-like place, leaving only 2 Vortex Warriors remaining, Valkyriemon and, well, what was left of medieval Dukemon.
The next Valkyriemon.
Pardon, sorry?
What?
Sorry,
I think
didn't hear what
I
you said.
think Flame Wizardmon would then be, say Flame Wizardmon?
Yeah, Flame Wizardmon.
Yeah, all right. Flame Wizardmon is then going to be like, it's been my honor to serve with you against these for all these years, but now it is also your time to go to sleep, and let us pray that one day we will be united again. Quest against the darkness.
He's panting quite heavily now, and he puts a hand on his own chest and draws out this darkness that's been left behind by Gulfmon. He's like, "The curse is strong, but I can still live on." He like converts it into some energy, and his form changes, and he starts to shrink and shrink and shrink until he appears in like a small dome-shaped Digimon, and we cut from that point so we don't see who he becomes. And we cut to Gulfmon. Gulfmon, you've been sealed away now for a few years. Certain that your curse that you left behind is doing its job and killing off the Vortex Warriors. And you really want to be free. You really want to, like, rule over the digital world and bring happiness to all of its denizens, not just a select hierarchy. And we see a white portal open within the realm that you've been trapped in, and out comes 7 or 8 tentacles that wiggle and writhe, and then a big round face with a mouth that goes from ear to ear and beady black eyes sticks out. He goes, "Oh, hello, Gulfmon. It is I, Caramon, here to save you."
Do I know Garamon? Was he in my army or?
No,
or
you
what?
don't know Caramon. Caramon's someone new to you. And he looks like a tiny pipsqueak rookie level Digimon that couldn't do anything to help you.
How are you going to help?
I see you are trapped, but fear not. My master's power, it rises. It brings darkness to the digital world, and, well, soon enough, pesky Digidestined are going to be showing up in the digital world, and you know what that spells for Digimon like us. He, gives you a wriggle of his finger as he points to both himself and you.
All too well.
But we can put a stop to that, my dear friend. And he holds out an eerily long, hand with creepy fingers. He's like, "If you sign the book of my master, I can give you everything you want. Your freedom. The right to bring happiness to all the digital world. Every denizen, not just the select few at the top. All you have to do is sign the book, and you will be chosen by the ritual of choosing. You will become one of the Digidestined, and from the inside, you will root evil. You will birth their destruction. What say you?" he says as he holds out a book with several blood-stained scribbles all across it.
It's nothing but delight from the inside. Intriguing. Why not? I don't have any better plans. And he's going to bite his own weird his arm, so some little bits of data blood drips down on the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well then. I certainly hope that your plan is worth it. And if what you say is true, then give my regards to your master then.
There is but one small issue I must attend to before you sign my book. You see, the ritual of choosing, it will revert your life. It'll reborn you, and that's how you will escape this prison, but you will not retain your memories. I assume you have a way to retrieve them.
Yes. I have some people that I can trust, and I never leave myself open, defenseless. I always keep a little bit of myself with my friends.
Very good. And now for my end of the bargain. My master would like the human to whom you are assigned. I assume this isn't a problem.
Why should it be?
Wow. Fucking wow. Okay.
I've always wanted to see a human up close. I want to see them wriggle and writhe as they toil in turmoil.
Yeah, how about we stop the description right there, Antinomy? Thank you very much.
He giggles with glee at the thought of torturing a human.
What you do with the humans is no business of mine.
Cool. And when we see you sign his book, Caramon lets out like this creepy giggle. It's like, and you start to glow with this dark energy, and the ritual of choosing has begun. And then we cut to Cutemon. You've taken refuge in the museum, Cutemon. You're sheltering under some of the foliage, and the roof's kind of made of leaves and various twigs and sticks. And you're like camped out next to the rock you mistakenly sold. Well, you didn't mistakenly sell it. You conned Quagamon into buying. He's let you stay here out of the kindness of your heart, and you're really regretting conning him out of so much money. And you see the rock start to glow an eerie darkness. What do you do?
Walk up and I touch it.
Cool. You feel this energy flow through you, and there's a flicker, and suddenly you're not in the museum anymore. You're in a white space. Your feet seemingly aren't touching the ground. There's just nothingness. And you see a white being floating around that looks oddly like the profile picture that Taisto has in the Discord. It's a Digimon. And it's like, oh, hello, a guest.
They talk now.
They do in this canon.
Hi, my name's Cutemon. Who are you?
Who I am is of no importance, but you're going to be very important. You see, the ritual of choosing has begun, and you've been chosen, my friend. Yggdrasil has been choosing its Digidestined, and the Digimon who will be assigned to those human children. And, well, you're one of them. Congratulations. You're gonna save the world, kid.
I don't want to do that.
I'm afraid want has nothing to do with it. It's all need. The dark times are approaching, and I'm sure you don't want to see the digital world destroyed.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I couldn't live my life if it was destroyed, but I don't know, this seems... Why me specifically? I mean, couldn't you have gone with, like, Jermodramon or Quagamon or literally anyone else?
Yggdrasil deemed you the perfect candidate for the human child they've selected.
Okay, who's my partner like then? Like, what's he like?
You'll meet him soon. Have no fear. And he, like, waves at you, and you, like, slowly pan away from the Diginome.
Okay, if I scam the kid.
Wait, how much money does the kid have? Wait!
And you, like, snap awake in the museum underneath the rock where you've been camping out.
Ah, money! Oh, it's just a nightmare.
And you think it's a nightmare, but there's this feeling and this glow about you that gives you a sense of hope.
Maybe things will get better soon.
Is everything okay, young whippersnapper?
Yeah, everything's just perfect. You know what? You don't have to pay for the rock.
Well, unfortunately, it's a bit too late now. I'm glad that everything is going so well for you, but I just wanted to I had to let you know that unfortunately I'm not going to be able to keep this museum open for anymore because
Jesus Christ, it's been a day.
the Rock has not been bringing in the customers that I hoped it would be. In fact, we've had less customers because of it, and unfortunately, I'm not able to keep up with my Digimortgage anymore. So,
Oh.
yeah, I'm afraid that I won't have a place for you to stay at anymore. I'm really sorry. Me and my family, we have to move into a tree because we don't have anything more left. It is an unfortunate business, but you couldn't have known that the Rock turned out to be worthless when you sold it to me. Of course,
It wasn't your fault.
it was not your fault at all. So,
How much
I'm
money does
sorry.
Cutemon have on him?
You like don't have a lot
Probably
of
not
bits. You've been making some bits, but you're pretty penniless still.
Here, Kuwagamon, take these. I hope this helps your family. Cutemon gives him the vast majority of his bits.
Oh, I'm afraid I can't do that. It's you need the bits for yourself, but don't worry. Me and my family will probably be fine. Being in a tree because we can't afford our Digimortgage anymore, and we are losing our primary source of income with the museum. But I'm sure it will be fine somehow. You just take care of yourself. I'm so happy that I have such a valuable and honest and upstanding friend like you.
Yep, that's how it is. That sure is how the situation is going. Well, if you ever need anything, you know where to find me. Somewhere in an alleyway. You can fly. It probably won't be hard to find me. I'm bright pink.
Yes, well, I hope we'll see you again, Cutemon. Then need to go at the what's the word in English? I don't actually. People who come and take your stuff when you're broke.
Oh, Recon.
Repossession.
Yeah, they're about to repossess the museum, so I need to go see to that now. Bye.
You can keep the rock.
Yeah, we see like a group of Troopmon outside, ready to repossess his home.
A group of what, Mon?
Troopmon. And they start coming into the place and taking away artifacts and podiums and various other things under order of whoever's controlling them.
Yeah. All right.
Wait, no, you guys can't do this. It's not right. Cutemon tries to pull on one of their legs, but they're significantly larger and more powerful than him, so they just sort of ignore him.
They literally ignore him. They literally, they have their instructions and they're just following it. They're zombies. They just do what they're told. So even if you're grabbing onto their leg, they will just still continue to try and repossess the home. We see Kuwagamon with the classic stick with a pouch on it send over his shoulder. It's like, this is all I have left now.
Cutemon lets out a powerful sonic boom to try to get the Troopmon to stop.
Give me a 1d6 roll.
This is, I think this is probably one of his first times using his powers for offense.
Yeah,
3.
It doesn't work out as well as he thought. He screams, and he breaks the windows that could have been repossessed, costing Kuwagamon even more money.
Oh my god, no!
And as he does that, one of the Troopmon just approaches him, takes away the stick as well. So now he doesn't have even that.
Wait! I, Cutemon, give up my life to Kuwagamon. I am now property of Kuwagamon.
It's not how it works, kid.
Come on, it's sort of how it works.
Slavery was
Repossess
abolished
me.
years ago. Except for us.
Repossess me. You won't.
You're right.
And
We won't.
you're correct, they don't. They...
I'm trying very hard to be noble, and it's failing miserably.
They strip the place bare, and once it's empty, and they have to sell the actual building itself, they grab you and throw you out again. It's the same feeling that you had when Dromodramon did it.
Man, twice in the same week. I'm really down on my luck, and I'm having terrible nightmares about weird little creatures.
And we see you walk off towards the jungle. And next we cut to Pillowmon.
Ooh, Pillowmon.
So, you signed your name in the book of Caramon's Master. The energy engulfed you. The next thing you knew, you were awake, but you couldn't remember anything from before. You have no memories at all. And you're a Pillowmon, floating in a white space. And the Diginome floats up to you and goes, "Huh, a Pillowmon? I wasn't expecting a Pillowmon. I'm sure Yggdrasil said something else, but it can't be a mistake. No one else can come here, but... Oh well. Congratulations! You are chosen to be partnered to a Digidestined.
Digidestined?
A Digidestined, you heard correct. You're gonna save the world, kid.
Oh. Well, save the what now? Who are you?
Who I am is of no importance, but what you need to know is you're gonna save the world and you're gonna be partnered to a human who is a Digidestined, and they're here to
What's
fight
a
away the
human?
darkness from the digital world.
Oh, okay. Can I go now?
You're free to leave whenever you want.
Where's the door? I don't really know where I am now.
He snaps his fingers, and you wake up, and you're in what looks like a forest or a jungle kind of area, alone,
Okay.
and you have this. You feel it inside you, this darkness that's sort of enshrouding your aura, and as you walk through the jungle, like several of even the champion level Digimon shy away and try and hide from you.
That's weird. Hello? Do you know where I'm from? I just got here. I told me that I wanted to save the world. I don't know what that is, but hello. Why are you going away?
Something hard hits you on the back of the head, and you turn around and you see a Gotsumon who's just thrown a stone at you. And he yells, "Go back to the dark zone where you belong! You're gonna destroy us all if you stay here!" And then you see a bigger Meteormon grab the Gotsumon and say, "Stay away from it! Stay away from it, child! Stay away!" And it pulls it back behind a tree and hides it.
I don't understand why. No, I'm just Pillowmon. You know, that wasn't very nice. I think. Well, actually, I don't. Why are you running away? Hello?
As you yell out, "Why are you running away?" and turn around, you see a group of Elecmon, Violekmon, Gazimon, and Agumon just peg it from behind the trees and leg it away from you. "Oh no, she's gonna get us! Run!"
You know where's my home? Goodbye. Okay. Just keep walking or floating. I'm sure everything will be fine.
And I think we have a montage of you like sleeping under a rock, waking up, having stones thrown at you, having Digimon run away from you, sleeping under a rock, rinse, repeat, again and again and again for several days.
Is this how people say hello?
And eventually you notice a small pink bunny rabbit with earphones, and he's like sleeping under a big jungle tree. He's like propped up against it with the earphones around its neck,
So
just snoozing.
So Philemon is gonna grab a rock and throw it at Cutemon.
Cutemon, you're having a lovely dream. You're dreaming about sitting on all the bits in the world as you like rule the world with your partner, human, whoever they might be. And then you feel a sharp pain in your head as you wake up and notice a rock fall down in front of you.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm up now. I was gonna sleep until past noon, but clearly the universe had other plans. Hi there. I get sort of a bad vibe from you, but that hasn't stopped me before. Who are you and why are you hitting me? Are you hitting me with rocks?
Yes, I did. I thought that's how you said hello.
It is not how you say hello. Anybody who told you that is a big old jerk, and we should
Really?
scam them out of all of their money.
That's a lot of people then. Huh.
Oh, that's disconcerting.
What? I just want to say, I'm a bit confused. I just woke up, you see, and well, I've been told that I want to save the world, but then I've been told I'm going to destroy the world, and then I've been told that I really don't know where I'm going right now, and I just want to go home, but I don't really know what that is. Do you know what home is? Perhaps. My name is Pilomon. Yes, that's my name. That is, I think.
Well,
yes.
I don't have a home either. Maybe we'll have better luck if we look together.
Oh, okay. Sure. But so, I don't throw rocks at you. Is that right?
Yes, if you throw a rock at me again, you may or may not be deaf at the end of it.
Oh, okay. I don't want to be deaf. I won't do it again. Okay. So I will follow you. Yes, we're friends now. I think. Is that what it is?
That's probably how this works.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry, about the rock. Yes. Friends. Yes. Let's go.
Cool, and you guys
So they just
walk off towards wherever it is you're gonna go. You kind of following your gut at the moment. Like, there's this sensation inside you, a light and a hope that's just pulling you towards somewhere, some place that you're needed, and you're kind of following your guts at the moment. And then we jump back to Witchenly, and we have Flame Wizardmon lying on a table, Wizardmon like frantically drawing runes around him. We see that Flame Wizardmon is covered by this black miasma that's slowly like creeping up his body and killing him. And Wizardmon knows if this miasma takes him, Flame Wizardmon will not be reborn. And he's like, okay, so if I've got this right, then you will become partnered to a human child and be able to defend the digital world again as one of the Digidestined. And he like writes down some notes in a book and like draws another rune next to you, and it's like, now, if I've got this right, it'll take most of your bits away, and you won't be as powerful as you once were, but hopefully the human will make up for that. Yes, he will. We have to believe. Now, you will be okay, Flame Wizardmon. And you can see he's really panicked, and he's trying to like save his friend's life.
Wizardmon, Calm down. I trust that you will be able to do. You will be able to do this. But even if you can't, then it is the will of Yggdrasil that what happens then happens. It's not your fault if you fail. Just
He like gives you this look where it's like, I can't fail. And he's like, I will not let you die. Mark my words, we will see each other again, friend. Now, when you wake up, you will not be a champion level Digimon anymore. You will be rookie again. But like I said, the human will make up for that. You will grow more powerful than you've ever been before eventually. But one thing you must do for me, one thing you must remember at all costs, and I am inscribing this into your memory as magic, so you will not forget it. You must save Witchenly as well as the digital world. The darkness comes for us all. Do you understand? Like, inscribes this rune onto your forehead as he says that.
don't worry, Wizardmon. I will not fail us. Not a second time. I will make sure that everyone, even Witchelme, is going to be fine.
I'm sure you will. Now, I'll see you on the other side, friend. And he like pulls this lever that's next to him, and lightning like zips around the runes around you and the one on your forehead, and you feel a surge of energy shoot through you, and suddenly you wake up in a white zone with a Diginome floating in front of you, and you look down at yourself as your memories start to fade away, and you are now a Ghostmon.
Why, hello there. Who might you be, new acquaintance?
Who I am is of no concern, but geez, this is happening more and more lately. You're not on the list, but I guess if you're here, you must be one of the Digidestined chosen Digimon who's going to be partnered to one of the human children. So, congratulations, I guess. So you've been selected to save the world from darkness,
yeah, that figures.
And you're going to meet your human kids soon, and you two together are going to save the world. It's just how this works. Yggdrasil has chosen you for your unique qualities of courage and bravery to be matched to a specific human who sort of needs a bit of reeling in. I hope that makes sense. I'm sure it will when time comes on. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask. If not, I'll be seeing you later.
I mean, that makes sense. Just out of curiosity, what is the name on the list that you just referred to?
Well, he like looks down and he's like, well, it's not yours, but if the ritual chose you, then it must be you, and this must be a mistake. I must have just grabbed the wrong list. And he like throws it into the ether.
All right, well.
He's like, it must be wrong. There's already 2 wrong Digimon on this list, so I must have just been given the wrong one by my higher ups. Okay, so don't you worry about that list.
You know the bosses, right? They will always do that. Anyway, yeah, great working with you. Can you remember why are we here again?
Why are you here? To save the digital world from darkness. There's an evil force that's going to be coming to the digital world. And, well, Yggdrasil wants you to keep it in check.
Yeah, that makes sense. Weird, I have this feeling I've forgotten something important, but I suppose it's no matter. But hey, thank you, friend. Let's, how do I get out of here?
Well, if you want to leave, all I have to do is... And he snaps his fingers. And...
I really hope the human kid has strong legs and knows how to lift with them.
What are legs? Ghost One says.
True.
As he gets catapulted out of this white zone, and he wakes up. He wakes up not in Witchenly anymore. He wakes up in the digital world, in a foresty jungle, and you see a most terrible scene when you wake up, Ghost One. There is a burning town that looked quite prosperous at one time, and there's a Mummymon who's just shot a hole through a panda, and he's got tears streaming down his face as you see a Leomon and a Mudfrigimon flee for their lives with a bunch of smaller Digimon. You see a spider-like lady lying behind him, slowly disintegrating into data. And he leans down beside her and says, "Mark my words, Harukenimon. We'll meet again. I'll bring you back. They'll rue the day that they did this to me. They'll rue the day." And he like picks her up, what's left of her, and holds her close in his arms before she disintegrates away. And he like slams a fist on the floor. And he's like, "Come, Ogamon. We have work to do." And he like leaves the burning city behind him and brings Ogamon and his lackeys with him.
Oh no! What a horrible sight. And this feeling of action inside me, I cannot let this pass. I must heed this call to action. I have to prank someone to lighten up their day. Yes, that is what I shall do. And then Ghostmon turns invisible and goes to prank someone in the village because he wants to make them happier. They seem like pretty sad.
Who does he prank? Out of curiosity.
Pranks the corpse.
I think there might be a this big red insectoid Digimon.
Oh my god.
who looks like a perfect target for a prank.
Holy shit.
I think it's called a Kuwagamon. They seem like they really need to be cheered up due to all of this, calamity that's happened to them. I don't really know what kind of a prank could Ghostman pull on Kuwagamon though.
Kuwagamon has the worst life ever. Wow.
This has just been a story of Kawagamon's downfall.
I don't know. Logan, do you have any ideas of what kind of a prank Ghostman could pull on Kuwagamon?
Moving his nest to a different branch on the same tree.
That's definitely the thing. No, it's that he needs to move it to a different tree. Just not a different branch, it's a different tree.
Cool, so you like start moving his nest twig by twig and carefully lifting the egg up and making sure that they don't smash as you drop them into the new nest. And you like hide in the old tree and revel in excitement as Kawagamon approaches and sees that his nest is gone. And he enters into like a sheer panic mode. It's like, my babies, where are my babies? And he like scours every tree looking for them. He's like, "Oh, tuck my babies!" And as he looks down, he sees his babies in the tree next to him, and he's like, the hell? I'm sure I made my nest in this specific tree. I even scratched a mark in it to make sure." And he like points to like this big nail claw like scratch in it that like is his mark of saying this is my home. He's like, "Did I scratch the wrong tree? I must be going senile in my old age. Oh, so many bad things have happened to me lately. I can't lose you." And he like flies over to his nest and like hugs the eggs. It's like, "At least I have you in my lives. You can do so much better than I. When you grow up, you can do whatever you want to." He like
until next episode.
Until next episode when it gets smashed.
Oh no. Yeah. That's not really quite the reaction I was hoping for, but he seems hopeful now, so I guess mission accomplished. I'm such a great Digimon.
Cool. Are there any other scenes we can frame in the past here? Do you guys have any recommendations of things we could do for the past?
Not
I
really.
guess there's the fight with Snymon, but you know not everyone is here, and
That's
everyone
true.
is supposed to be here for that one.
I mean, how did you get pulled into the real world? Is my question. Like, what?
Yeah,
what pulled you into the real
that
world?
was the point. We were fighting against Snymon, and then magic happened, and then we were in the digital world, or everyone was in the. We were in the real world. The Digimon were in the real world, and then everyone's in the digital world.
Yeah, so maybe we'll save that flashback for another time when everyone's here. Yeah, I guess we can end the session early because we don't have any other flashbacks to do unless anyone wants to do more. I think we're gonna like flashback to the future where we have Wanyamon on the phone shouting through a monitormon at Kageaki being like, "It's Leomon! Ogamon killed him!" And there's like a big ice shard thing through his back. And we cut to Wizardmon's hut, and we see several like vials of various potions smashed on the floor, bookcases collapsed, all of his books torn up and like ripped to shreds and stuff. And there's a large Digimon with long creepy arms and pale white skin holding Wizardmon by the throat against the wall. He's like, I hate to do this to you, but I'm gonna need everything you know about the seals on an ancientite sorcerer, sorry. And and we see like the camera sort of pans to his face, and it's an ice Devimon, but the smile that he gives sort of like flashes an Impmon face over him, and we end the session there.
All right. Cool.
I hope you all enjoyed a flashback episode that was completely improvised and probably very jutty.
It's all good. That was a good time.
It's fine.
I'm going to give you each a potential for being in the session.
No potential, please.
I mean, you can
Yes.
reject the potential if you would like to.
Yeah, yes, please. I want to reject it. I don't want it.
Fair enough.
Please.
You don't have to have the potential if you wouldn't like it.
I do want the potential.
Oh, I think I was supposed to gain a potential last session, so actually I've leveled up and I now have one potential on a new level.
Cool.
So,
Well, that's the end of the session. I hope you guys enjoyed the flashbacks to how all of your partner Digimon became Digidestined. Maybe next flashback we'll do the human story side of the story, but I don't think we have time for that in half an hour. So
Yeah, no.
No,
I don't
no,
think we have
definitely not.
half an hour. Half an hour is a bit short for that.
yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. So we'll end it there. Thanks for actually coming, and for like continuing to like support the game and be awesome.
yeah, I know.
It's, I mean, it's awesome game.
Yep, was fun. I love the Diginomes as management.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you're
that-
so
that-
managed.
For
that was a
Digimons
surprise.
being like, I apparently have grabbed the wrong list or I can't read, because if you're here, you must be a chosen partner.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? Nothing else can enter that realm except a chosen Digidestined partner or a Diginome. And unless you're a Diginome in disguise, his list must be wrong. You know?
Pretty simple. Yeah, it makes sense. Makes perfect sense.
And it's
There is
not his
no-
problem, it's his higher-up's problem if it's wrong, you know?
Yeah, fuck hierarchy. He's right.
Wait, fuck who? What?
Hierarchy.
Oh, fuck hierarchy. If we said fuck Kagiaki.
I mean, he didn't turn up, so fuck Kagayaki.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder where
Sure.
he is. Like, usually he's very prompt and on time and comes to all the
I
sessions.
think
so-
he was around like half an hour before the session. He turned up and then he just left. I assume he came in to check. Oh, we're not playing, and then he left to do whatever. Hasn't been back, since. So I suppose that's why he's not around.
Wait, he
I
actually showed up? Wait, when did he show up?
Half an hour before the session. He was
That's so
online for a
cool.
brief moment.
In non-play discussion, or...
He was active on the channel list or on the the people who are online list.
Oh, okay, so he was on the online list but didn't actually say
Yeah,
anything.
he didn't say anything.
Right,
I don't think he said anything.
Maybe he just didn't realise the session was today, maybe?
No, I'm pretty sure he did. He just, but we had already been like, oh, Pablo's not coming. Are we playing? Yes, we're playing. We're not playing, or whatever. We had
right.
There was a confusion going on.
Yeah, well, to avoid confusion, next session will be on Friday next week. So that's
Yep.
Friday the 10th of September.
Yep.
There's no room to play anytime sooner, or
5 days is not that long.
Yeah, it's pretty short.
too long. I want to play more. I want to play more. I've waited
I'm glad that's your
5
reaction.
sessions.
I'm glad that's your
I
reaction.
waited for 5 sessions.
You know
I
what?
still-
I might see if I can schedule Dungeons and Draymons for sometime the next couple days.
That'd be nice. I haven't played that yet.
You're right, you have not.
Pokemon stuck in hell.
Waited
Pokemon
for
just
5
floating through the
sessions.
void.
Oh,
Hey, so I heard I was supposed to be one of the Digidestined Digimon. So what happened here?
I wonder who. Now I'm like really curious who the 2 Digimon that was supposed to be, Digimon partners, but weren't, who they are. Also,
Yeah.
who the fuck is A not his partner? Who the fuck is A not his partner?
Questions for later.
I suppose.
I know who Ainari's partner is. I've already
I
decided.
Oh.
bet you do. I bet you do.
But yeah, I think we'll end there then. I'll close the stream. I hope everyone who's been watching the stream, or if no one's been watching the stream, whoever watches it in the future,